Right, hello. Thanks for clicking on this video. Um, it's the 29th of December, so just getting over Christmas. I ate too much, drank too much, and to be honest, I feel terrible because I ate loads of foods that I don't normally eat. But it was fun, and here we are. I hope you all had a good Christmas break. I thought I'd do a video just giving a run through on the bags that I use. Now, the bags you're going to see, and there's only four, um, these have been used for the last 20 years. The newest, I think, is about 6 to 8 months, something like that. Um, Whenever I buy anything, I tend to do my research. So when I buy it, it's right for the job. Hence why I only have four bags. And in some cases, I've had them for 15 and even 20 years. Um, so I was undecided whether or not to do this in terms of capacity in capacity order or age. I'm going to do it in age. So I'm going to go for the oldest bag through to the newest. And you can kind of see how my thinking has evolved in terms of bags and what to use. So first up, this is Old Faithful, basically. This is the Carrymore SF Sabre 35. Carrymore is I believe it's a British sort of outdoor goods manufacturer. And when I was looking for a day bag, and now this bag is like over 20 years old. It's very old, and it's been used extensively. And when I was looking for a bag, I couldn't really find anything that I liked. And then on the internet, I discovered that Carrymore do an SF range. SF stands for Special Forces, and what it was is the British Ministry of Defence. They, as I understand it, they provided Carrymore with a contract to make a range of bags to MOD specification that one assumes military personnel could use or buy or whatever. And hence the Carrymore SF range was born. I've had a look on the website, and you can't actually get the Sabre 35 isn't on the Carrymore SF website. You can still buy it on the internet for about, I think it's 140 odd quid. I paid about half that 20 odd years ago, 15, 20 years ago. You can get a Sabre 30 and I think 45 and maybe 60. The 30 is basically this bag without the side pockets. So yeah, these are still around, which I think tells you all you need to know about the range. But anyway, this is the Sabre 35. This is like an olive or a Ranger green colour. You can get it in like a khaki. I think you can get it in a multicam, a woodland camo, and a black colour. But this is the green. It's in terms of it's just a classic open top design. I'll just run you through it. On the outside, you've got some loops here for maybe an ISAC, something like that. And these can secure up here. You can get two on there. It's got two quite large side pockets. These are brilliant for water bottles, which is generally what I use one of them for. Both sides have got another zip pocket. I'll zoom in. I've got a zip pocket in the side, which you could put maybe a knife, something like that in. I tended not to use these, if I'm honest, but they are there. It's also got these elastics on top for like stashing a waterproof or something like that. A pocket in the lid. And then a waistband, which is actually very good. Seems to work perfectly for me. I'm 5'11", and this bag is nice to carry. It's got a chest strap, which is vital. Annoyingly, I've lost one half of mine. Don't know how or where, but it's gone. It's got this mesh padding at the back. I'll be honest, it's not the coolest on a hot day, but it is what it is. A couple of eyelets here for hanging whatever off. To be honest, I've not used them, but they are there. A handhold there. Inside, it's just a big, it's a big empty space. There is a hydration bladder pouch, which is useful. And then on the front, it comes out and you've got a clip for a hose. I have used this with a CamelBak, but I've moved away from CamelBak. I find them quite, or any kind of hydration bladder, I find them quite annoying. I tend to use bottles. I think they're more versatile. This bag, it might not look like it because I tend to keep my stuff in good condition. You know, if it's wet and muddy, I don't put my bag on the floor. I tend to sort of hang it somewhere. I don't really chuck my stuff around. If it gets dirty, I'll get a microfiber cloth and just clean it. So even though this looks like it's not been used at all, trust me, this thing has been used extensively. It's been used as carry-on luggage on aircraft, walking trips, weekends away, for work, all kinds of stuff. By far and away the most used bag you're going to see. And I do really like it. I wouldn't say replace it, but I did buy another bag recently that has become my sort of everyday carry bag. But this still does have its place. I used it recently over Christmas to go Christmas shopping. I needed a bag with a big space just to dump shopping in. So it's still in the rotation, but just not my everyday bag, which it was for well over 15 years, maybe 20 years. So that's the Carrymore SF Sabre 35. Great bag if you're looking for just an open top bag. Should also add it's got ripstop material, and again, there's no rips in this at all. Nothing has gone wrong with this. The only thing that's happened, which is my criticism of all these style of bags, is the elastic around the lid does tend to lose its elasticity. But I think that happens with all of them. But that aside, it's a great bag. Next up, this is the biggest one. This is the Berghaus Mule 100. As its name suggests, it's a 100-litre bag. I got this probably 15 years ago, well over 10 years ago. And I got it because I used to, for going away on holiday, I used to use the generic, you know, hard shell bags with the handle and the wheels that you see everyone's using. But to be fair, I mean, they're for air stewardesses and accountants, and I never really liked using them. So I spent ages looking for a bag and got this, and it's been absolutely brilliant. It's 100 litres. To give you an idea, I used to ski, and I could get in this bag my ski boots, ski jacket, salopettes, helmet, clothes for a week, wash kit, and all the rest of it. I could get all that in there, and it would be below the weight limit. You can get a huge amount of stuff in this, and it's held up with, again, no damage, nothing's broken. It's been good as gold. Just to give you a run through of what it's about. Let's move this. Let's move this. So the bag, first up, what I really like about it is it has wheels. So, and it has so it's great for carrying it. My motto is put everything on wheels, bags, tools, everything. Who wants to carry a heavy bag? This thing has been bomb-proof. This is, this has been very heavily laden. It's been taken through loads of ski resorts, snow, ice, uneven ground, up curbs, down curbs, and it's an absolutely perfect condition. Hasn't missed a beat. It is a very solid bag, and I love having it on wheels. It's also got on the outside just your typical carrying handles, and a clip to hold them together. All honesty, I very rarely use these, because what it's also got, which is very, very handy, is these handles at either end. So if you want to lift it into a vehicle, out a vehicle, onto the bed in a hotel, you can just get these handles at each end, which obviously splits the load and makes it much easier to maneuver. Also on the outside, it has a pocket in the side. It's quite small. In all honesty, I tend to just use it if I've forgotten something. You know, if I'm about to walk out of the room and I realise my phone charger and cable's in the wall, I'll just lob it in there or something like that. I tend not to use it a great deal. At the other end, it has this pocket. Some bags in here. This is a pocket which extends into the bag. So what I tend to use this for when I go away is put in like maybe another pair of shoes or something like that. But what I also use it for is dirty washing. This extends about that far into the bag, so you can get a week's worth of dirty washing in there, no problem. And it's separated from the main compartment, which is very useful. If we go into the main pocket, all of the zips on this are very, very robust. The whole of the top opens up, as you can see. You can see how far this pocket can extend in. In the lid, you've got a mesh pocket, a large mesh pocket. I use this for all kinds of stuff. I found myself recently using it to put books in. Like normally on holiday, you want a book. I normally have one in my hand luggage and maybe a couple more. And I put the books in here. It kind of keeps them out of the way. They don't get damaged. But you can put all sorts in there. Small items like gloves, hats, maybe, whatever. If you go into the bag, it's just a big open space once you're in here. As I say, I've fitted masses of stuff in here. Here are some straps to keep all your kit in one place. Part of this is I don't know what this is, like a spreader. It's where the other side of the clip comes in, and it just kind of like holds it all together. But also in here is a Velcro pouch that you could put something in if you wanted. I've never used it, but it's there if you want it. An excellent bag, very robust, very durable. It's had the perfect features for me. There's never been a time I've thought, oh well, you know, I wish it did this, I wish it did that. It's been absolutely perfect for me. The fact it's on wheels is great, and it's been a wonderful bit of kit. Really, really good. I couldn't fault it. And as I say, it's been used and abused for probably 15 years, and there is no real damage. You know what baggage handlers are like at airports, but you can see there, it's fine. There's nothing much going on. Really well designed. It's got plastic buffers on the corners. It's absolutely superb. I don't know if they still make them, but it served me very well. Next up, when I was skiing, I did feel a need to have a small bag for water, a bit of lunch, sunglasses, sun lotion, all that kind of stuff. So I bought this. This is the Deuter Speedlight 10 350. So as its name suggests, it is a 10-litre bag, pretty small, but it was perfect. Basically, yeah, it's got two little pockets in the sides, two little mesh pockets. Just dead handy for little bits and pieces. Maybe sticking a bit of sun lotion in or something like that. In the top, it's got a little pocket, which again is perfect for putting bits and pieces in. You can put your phone in there, wallet, whatever. It comes with a waist belt. I never used it, but it's there. Inside the bag, and it's got these really nice finger pulls as well, really comfortable. And like when you've got like gloves on, they're quite easy to get into as well. The bag opens up probably like 3/4, which again is good if you want something in the bottom. You can get to it without having to unpack the whole bag. Inside, it's got a pocket for a hydration bladder, which I did actually use when I was skiing. I think the one I had was about 1.5 litres, 2 litres maybe. Worked really well. You've got a loop for the hydration bladder hose there. And it comes out on this side, H2O. In recent years, as I haven't skied, I've used this for big days out on the mountain bike. And I normally put in here like cycling EDC pouch, my small EDC pouch, maybe a first aid kit, and depending on the weather, maybe like a puffer jacket or a Gore-Tex jacket. And it works perfectly. Again, it might look like this has never been used, but I look after my kit. So if it gets dirty, it gets cleaned, and I treat it with respect. Look after your kit, and your kit's going to look after you. So that's the Deuter Speedlight 10. This is probably 10 years old. It would have to be 10 years old. Not heavily used, but when it does get used, it's for skiing or mountain biking. So it's not had the easiest of lives. So that's that. Finally, it's my most recent acquisition. The Karrimor Sabre 35 was great, but increasingly, I didn't like the fact that it was difficult to organise stuff. You know, if you wanted to get something out, you had to sort of rummage around in the main compartment. And that started to become a little bit annoying just for day-to-day kind of EDC purposes. So after, again, quite a bit of research, I got the 511 Rush 12. The 12 denotes 12 hour, i.e. it's a day bag. It's actually a 24-litre bag. This colour is double tap, which is like a grey colour, which I think looks quite nice. Also comes in black, like a navy blue kind of like colour, multicam, like a woodland, Ranger green, like a khaki colour. I think it's called kangaroo. So it comes in a wide range of colours. I mean, there's a million reviews of this on the internet. I'll just give you a very quick overview. What I like is that it's got admin pouches and you can get to all your kit easily. So it's got this pouch in the front and various pockets inside. We got bits and pieces. I won't do a tour of it because maybe that's for another day. It's got another pouch up here, covered in, I was going to say Molly, but I think it's PALS, where you can attach bags. I've got some of these 511 6x6 pouches. These can go on the front to increase the capacity. In the top, It's got, this is called a sunglasses pouch because it's fleece lined. I don't really use it for anything. Carabiner on top. This side, you got a chest strap. There's also fittings for a waistband, but that's aftermarket, which is annoying. I think it should come with it for the money. Then here you've got a pouch for a hydration bladder. And then you've got the main compartment. Which opens up completely. There's a pocket here for a laptop. For reference, I've got a Dell Inspiron 15-inch and it just about fits in. If I was using it every day to carry a laptop, it would be a bit annoying because it is a very snug fit, but it does fit. Yeah, and as you can see, you can get to all your gear. You've got a zip mesh pouch there, another one there, and then you can just open the bag up. This is just a rain jacket, gloves and hat, and this is my EDC pouch, and then there's a little cotton bag down there. That's it. 4 bags, over 20 years worth of bags there. All of them have served me perfectly, and hopefully I'll have them for many years to come. There is one slight gap that I may fill, and that is in the kind of 50-60 litre capacity. I do sometimes find that for a long weekend away, this bag and the Carry More are on the small side. So I am possibly thinking about maybe something like a 511 Rush 72, which is a 55 litre bag, but I'm not sure. That might be something for the future. But as it is, these are the bags I use. Hope that was interesting. Speak to you soon.